Good morning. I'm Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, pharmacist, journalist, and PR specialist. November 26, 2019. We're talking about asthma this morning. I'm an asthmatic and I've been asthmatic since 2 years old. Today I'm 55 years old. Yes, and I know you heard about my asthma gone ever since Pastor Abiomi laid his hands on me at Salvation Ministry. It's been almost 3 years now. I have not had any major asthma attacks. Yeah, he's a man of God. We have spiritual sides of us when it comes to healing and spirituality. And for me, it happened. I haven't had asthma for almost 3 years. But I want to educate you about asthma because it's very important. And the most difficult time people see is childhood, but it's not. We've lost a lot of people from asthma. We've lost a lot of famous people in Nigeria. H Code, who did the video for Olamide, he died of asthma attack. And also, a Nollywood director also died of asthma attack. There's been many people who just died of asthma attacks that could have been controlled. Now, if you are regularly using your quick relief medication like the inhaler, a lot of people use an inhaler. That inhaler is called albuterol inhaler, or in Nigeria and UK, salbutamol inhaler. Salbutamol and albuterol are the same drugs. They are marketed under Ventolin, by Glaxo. Ventolin inhaler. I'm a pharmacist in the United States, retired now, but I was also the HealthWise coordinator for 15 years at CVS Pharmacy, Consumer Value Stores, the largest drugstore in America. Today, November 26, 2019, I want to tell you about daily symptoms of asthma. When it's controlled, the daily symptoms are minimal or absent. And so you have to reach the goal and requires teamwork between you and the doctor so that you can develop an asthma management plan. So, treat your nose well and breathe easy. Because a lot of researchers have said that there is a link between rhinitis, allergic rhinitis, inflammation of the nose. It leads to runny nose, itching, and sneezing. Okay, so you go to a beautiful flower garden and then you start sneezing. And after sneezing and itchy eyes, then you start wheezing, you have asthma. So what they did was they used antihistamines to treat people that have allergic rhinitis. Here in Nigeria, most people know we have loratadine, which was Claritin. In America, loratadine is good for the morning and all day because it doesn't cause drowsiness. In the evenings, you can use chlorpheniramine maleate, which comes in a drug called Piriton. Piriton makes you drowsy, so that's why it's good for the evenings. But at the end of the day, pollen count is high at dusk, that's 6 p.m., and dawn, 6 a.m. America actually has an allergy season, which is usually May or September. Nigeria, the highest is November. So everyone is different. Now, asthma is a disease that affects the way you breathe. So when you have asthma, your airways are inflamed. So when your asthma attack starts, your muscles surrounding the airways tighten, and then it starts constricting, and it gets clogged with mucus. And then it makes it very difficult for you to breathe. Is asthma serious? Yes, it's serious. I just told you at the beginning of this podcast that people have died from it, okay? In Nigeria, asthma has killed maybe 10 million people. I'm sorry. Asthma in Nigeria, asthma, is present in about 10 million Nigerians, and it's killed maybe like 5,000 people. So let me repeat that again. It is a serious condition. About 10 million Nigerians have asthma, and about 5,000 die from asthma each year. Okay, there's also evidence that if it's not treated properly, it'll cause a decline in your lung function. Okay, when we're talking about people that die of asthma and people that have it, what about those 5,000 people that died of the asthma? Were they educated about it? Possibly not. And it doesn't mean because their fathers have degrees or their mothers went to school somewhere. A lot of people are presumed like illiterates. What do you tell an illiterate or a villager whose child is wheezing and having asthma? What do they call it? It's asthma. But the breathing problem needs help. Okay, the lung has two main jobs: to take in oxygen from the air that you breathe, and to get rid of carbon dioxide from your body. Okay, breathing takes about 12 to 20 times per minute. You need air, and when you need air, you need to breathe it in. Normal breathing, your muscles around the airways are relaxed. Okay, and air moves freely. You just breathe. You're not like running away from a lion, breathing fast or anything. All right. Some people have triggers that can cause asthma. When I was young, it was pineapples. Believe it or not, there's dust and pineapple. I had a skin test at UCH Ibadan, and the skin test showed pineapple positive and dust. While I was growing up, I couldn't eat pineapples at all. The minute I eat pineapple, I start wheezing, and I have asthma, a full blown one, go to the hospital, all that nonsense. By the time I left Nigeria, when I was 18, I started eating pineapples. I love them. When they cut them open, every kid would be eating it in the house except me. So I went to the supermarket in UK. I bought a can of pineapples. They weren't the fresh ones, the canned ones, and I ate it in the syrup. Oh, was it good? I said, I didn't have any asthma. Oh my God. So I thought it was a conspiracy in Nigeria that my parents didn't want me to have pineapples. Okay, conspiracy, all right, but it was good. So the minute I ate a real pineapple in England, I had asthma. And I said, oh my God, it must be the ones in the cans. What's different? Because they were processed in a factory. From that then on, I started eating pineapples in the can. If it had to be in a salad, in the can. A smoothie, in the can. By the time I turned like 30, 40 years old, pineapples, the fresh ones, I had no problems. Like, remember, we're in abroad now. We're in London, we're in America, we're in Canada, and fresh pineapples in those countries don't make me have asthma. Where are those pineapples coming from? South America. Could it possibly be the Nigerian pineapples that was making me have asthma? Could be. I've never been able to explain that one. So the main components of asthma is constriction, the tightness in the muscles around the airways, and inflammation, the swelling and irritation. So that's really what you're treating. And that's why some doctors will give prednisone for that inflammation. There's a lot of myths about asthma, okay? You only have asthma when you have trouble breathing. Not true. Asthma is always there, even when you are not having symptoms. The best way to help prevent those attacks is to see your doctor regularly and have a treatment plan for when it happens, okay? I've even heard that asthma is an emotional disease. No, it's not an emotional disease. Ha ha ha. It's not an emotional disease, definitely not. It's a chronic disease of the airways and the lungs. Okay, if you have asthma, crying, yelling, or laughing can actually trigger it, but it's not an emotional disease. Another one is that asthma and allergies are based on the same thing. Not true. We always think that way. Allergies can trigger asthma symptoms, but the two conditions are different. There are people who have allergies who don't have asthma. You know, an allergy can impair your normal lung functioning. However, asthma is a disease that's always there. And another myth, people outgrow asthma as they grow older. That is so big. Oh, I outgrew it. No! You may have fewer asthma symptoms, but not as bad as when you're a kid. I'm a typical case like that. Like now, a pastor blessed me and my asthma was gone. So how do you say that? Okay, I have people who said it was sorcery. No, I don't believe in the sorcery stuff. Okay, so treating your asthma. Okay, wrapping up my podcast. It's 26th of November 2019. Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, pharmacist. You must avoid those triggers. Okay, good asthma management can help you prevent breathing problems and medical emergencies. I've had a lot of medical emergencies as an asthmatic. I've even been intubated one time. Colds include, flus, bronchitis, all those things are triggers. Outdoor allergies, indoor allergies, allergens, or things like mold. Your bathroom, wash it properly. Mold can make you have asthma. Okay, breathing mold is bad. Animal dander or hair. You guys have animals in your house. In America, Canada, modern countries, they have the dogs eating with them in the house. The dogs sleeping in the bed. I can't do that. No way. They dander, they dust, mites, cockroaches. Big thing for asthma. Get rid of them. The outdoor one are usually weed, pollen, flowers, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Food allergens. If you know some food that triggers your asthma, like I said, pineapple was mine when I was young. Not anymore. And we're back in Nigeria and I'm eating pineapples here now. Okay, the abokis are selling me left and right in wheelbarrows and I'm not having asthma. So all these things change according to time. Exercise, I have a problem with that. If I'm going to the gym, working out, it can trigger my asthma. At 55, I've discovered that. Even though I haven't had any major attack, I start wheezing a little bit and then it goes when I stop exercising. Avoid irritants. People that smoke can cause you to have asthma. Okay, if you're outside cooking, we cook beans outside. Okay, if you're outside cooking beans with the wood smoke, it can cause asthma. Strong odors like perfumes, cleaning agents, air pollution, all those trailers and tankers and fumes and occupational dust and stuff, all those things can cause asthma. So have I gotten you prepared for, managing asthma? Managing yours, managing your children, and finally I have weather. The cold also causes asthma in some people. Display of emotions can cause asthma. I did tell you that it's not an emotional disease, but if you display emotion, crying and yelling hard, you can start wheezing. Some medications even cause it. Aspirin, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, and some people with asthma cannot tolerate that, so avoid those triggers. Treat your asthma by using your rescue medicine inhalers, the first one, and then preventive medicines are like the steroid tablets, and long-acting steroid inhalers. America uses steroid inhalers. Nigeria doesn't have them. They're very expensive in America, stuff, not to talk of Nigeria. But you guys, we use prednisolone here. All right, and it helps a lot. They actually work very well. And so, to conclude my asthma podcast, okay, one thing I want you to do is to share this with anyone you know. Okay, tag them to this. Share, share, share. If you heard it on Facebook, click share. If you heard it on Instagram, please tag them. If you heard it on YouTube, click share. Just retweet on Twitter. Whatever you have to do, get it to other people that have asthmatic children or they themselves have asthma. So don't forget, you can always Google the Lung Association in America, Asthma and Allergy Foundations. These guys are online and give you more information. All right, there are many ones in Nigeria too. So check yourself at least, with your doctor and manage yourself well. It's very hard to manage it in Nigeria because we have a lot of allergens and stuff. Like you go out, and if I go out now, a typical day like today, Tuesday, November 26th, I go out now, I can tell you one or two trailers, some cars, somebody's gonna puff, smoke in my face out there. Okay, so that's the lowdown on asthma. Take care of yourself. I'm Dr. Kemi Olunlaya. Thanks for listening.